Hello students, in English we will study subunit 3.1 Silver, a poem written by Walter de la Mare. About the poet. Walter de la Mare, 25th April 1873 to 22 June 1956, was an English poet, short story writer and novelist. He is probably best remembered for his works for children for his poem The Listeners. Summary of the poem. Silver by Walter de la Mare describes the impact that the silver light of the moon has on everyday objects and creatures existing within the darkened night on the countryside. The poem begins with the poet stating that the light of the moon is casting down on earth. This is occurring while she, the moon, moves slowly and silently through the sky. The moon is taking its time, choosing to look at everything on earth, while she has the chance. Some of the creatures and objects which are cast in silver light are the casements of windows, doves, a dog, and a sleeping fish. There is nothing remarkable about them during the day, but at night they are enhanced and made more beautiful. Silver. Slowly, silently, now the moon walks the night in her silver shoon. This way and that she peers and sees silver fruit upon silver trees. One by one the casements catch her beams beneath the silvery thatch. Couched in his kennel like a log, with paws of silver sleeps the dog. From their shadowy coat the white breasts peep, of doves in silver feathered sleep. A harvest mouse goes scampering by, with silver claws and silver eye, and moveless fish in the water gleam by silver reeds in a silver stream. Explanation. The first line of the poem Silver simply introduces the moon, which is moving slowly and silently across the sky. In the second line, the speaker says that the moon walks in a silver shoon. The word shoon means shoes. So here the moon is personified as a woman to imply how graceful its movement is. The third line describes the moon as she playfully peers, that is, looks from a place in the sky. And the fourth line describes what she sees, namely silver fruit upon silver trees. The fruits and trees appear to be of silver color in the moonlight. In the fifth and sixth lines, the speaker describes how the silver light of the moon shines upon the windows, which are known as casements in the poem, which are of the houses below, and how the moonlight makes the roofs of the houses also appear silver. In lines 7 and 8, the speaker describes a dog sleeping like a log in its kennel. Its paws also appear to be of silver because of the light of the moon. Lines 9 and 10 describe the white breasts of doves, which are visible from the shadows of their shelter, which is referred to here as coat, in the moonlight. The feathers of the doves also appear to be silver. The doves are also asleep. In the 11th and 12th lines, a mouse scampers along the ground, and like the windows, the dog and the doves before it, it also appears to be of silver color in the light of the moon. It seems to have silver claws and a silver eye. In the final two lines of the poem, the speaker describes a fish in a stream. He describes the fish as moveless, that is motionless, suggesting that they too are sleeping. The moonlight makes the stream and also the reeds along the bank appear silver too. Vocabulary. The moon walks means the moon moves in the sky. Shoon is a Scottish dialect meaning for shoes. Peer is to look through or to see. Casement, window set on a hinge that can be opened wide. Catch beam is to get a glow or to shine brightly. Thatch is a roof made of grass or leaves. Couch is the way a dog sits or rests. Kennel, a small house for a dog. Log is a piece of wood or timber. Paws, forearms of a dog. Coat, a shelter for birds such as pigeons. Shadowy is under a shadow. White breasts, birds with white feathers in their front or chest. Harvest mouse, a breed of small rats found in fields of cereals. Scamper, especially used for a small animal or child that runs with quick and short steps. Claws, the curved, pointed, horny nails of animals or birds. Moveless is motionless. Gleam is to shine. Reed, riverside plants. Poetic devices. Rhyme scheme. The poem is a 14-line couplet with a rhyme scheme AA, BB, CC, and so on. A couplet is a pair of successive lines of verse which are usually of the same length and rhyme. Figures of speech. There are many figures of speech in this poem, such as alliteration, the line slowly, silently, now the moon. The sound of the letter S is repeated for poetic effect. One by one, the casements catch. The sound of the letter C is repeated for poetic effect. Her beams beneath the silvery thatch. The sound of the letter B is repeated for poetic effect. With paws of silver sleeps the dog. The sound of the letter S is repeated for poetic effect. By silver reeds in a silver stream. The sound of the letter S is repeated for poetic effect. Personification. Walks the night in a silver shoon. The moon is given a human quality as that of a woman who walks in the night in her silver shoes. This way and that she peers and sees. The moon is given the human quality of peering, that is looking and seeing. Tautology. This way and that she peers and sees. Peers and sees are words of the same meaning used in the same line. Simile. Couched in his kennel like a log. The dog is compared to be sleeping like a log of wood. Repetition. The repetition of the word silver is used many times in the poem. English workshop. Questions. How does the moon move? The moon moves slowly and silently. Are the trees and fruits really silver in color? Why does the poet call them silver trees and silver fruits? No, the trees and fruits are not silvery because of the effect of the moonlight. They appear silver in color. Why are the casements unable to catch the moonbeams all at once? The moon sheds its beams into casements only when it passes by each casement, and therefore casements can't catch the moonlight all at the same time. Describe the harvest mouse as seen by the moon. The moon sees the harvest mouse scampering by with silver claws and silver eyes. Which of the objects, animals, etc. in the poem are at rest without any motion? The objects that are at rest without any motion are the inanimate objects like the trees, casements, thatch, kennel, coat, and water. Animals like the dog, doves, and fish are also motionless. The same landscape appears different at different times. What message can we draw from this? The appearance of the landscape changes according to the light emitted from the sky. In the poem, the poet describes the magical effects of the moonlight at night and makes us look at it in a different way. The message that we can draw from this is that in different situations in life, we might look at the same scene with a different perspective.